Hello, this is Richard here at Cornerstone, and I'd like to introduce you to, in this brief lecture, to the topic of the Common Core State Standards Initiative. You've probably become familiar with the term Common Core, as many states, including Michigan, has adopted the Common Core, although there is some question as far as the Michigan legislature approving it. What the Common Core does is it builds an excellent foundation in which adds to what the state standards that have already been laid. The Common Core standards clearly communicate what is expected at various grade levels, as you can see along this column. This allows you, the teacher, to better equip yourself and to know exactly what the student needs to learn and to establish individual book benchmarks for them. The Common Core standards focus on core conceptual understandings and procedures, thus enabling you to take the time to teach core concepts and then give the students the opportunity to master them. The Common Core doesn't give specific computer technology benchmarks. However, technology is an integral part in fulfilling the standards. The Common Core is designed to be met by teachers and students who are creatively leveraging technology to meet those standards and allowing the students to excel in the 21st century learning environment. So to help you understand a little more about how to leverage technology that we've been covering in this class, Education 541, let's take a look at just an example or two together. For example, if you were to click here, as I have, on the English language standards in the Common Core, and then I clicked on the speaking and listening part of the subset, and then grade 12 and 11. And if you take a look, we can see here how these standards can easily be met or be helped to be met through the use of technology. The first one I'd like to call your attention to is this one right here, and it says work with peers, so that's collaboration, to promote civil democratic discussion and decision making, set clear goals and deadlines, and establish individual roles as needed. So those are great skill sets that we want our students to have: higher level thinking, collaboration, creativity. All the things that we're looking for today are here in these standards. So how might we go about getting them to collaborate with decision making, setting deadlines, individual roles, and so on? Well, I pinpointed a couple of ed tech ideas to help facilitate and to meet that particular standard 1-B. Let's take a look. The first one that we could do is called Trello, Trello.com. If you're not familiar with it, I just created an account quickly, and I titled the first project the English Lit Project to fit with the theme that we have of the standards. And very quickly you can create a to-do list here by adding a card and adding a person's name, and here you can add members. So you can add each member, so you got collaboration. You also have the to-do list, so you're organizing the goals. You're setting deadlines by then dragging the card over here to say who's doing it. Was Johnny doing it or Sally? And then you can drag it over to the done pile. And so you can all collaborate in the cloud this way with your team and organize. So if we take a look back at that standard, to work with peers, Trello.com would help with that. Discussion and decision making, certainly. Set clear goals. You got making to-do lists, deadlines in which they should be, and individual roles, who's doing them. If you look back, you know who's doing it right here. Excellent. So there's a great use of a Web 2.0, Trello.com. Another one you might utilize is EdCanvas. Very similar. You got a feature up here where you could click on to share with others. You got the share button. You can drag resources in here. You can also then type in here to find sources you want to include, and you can work together, and you can drag your resources right onto the canvas, share together, working together, and you can integrate along this column, other parts of Web 2.0. So here's another great way to organize, to collaborate, to work on deadlines together, to fulfill that English requirement in the Common Core. Let's take a look at another one then, just for another sake of argument. If you go down to presenting, you'll also see that this one here says make strategic use of digital media. Aha, so you can definitely see a high emphasis on technology, and to present and understand the reasoning and evidence and to add interest, which is what technology can also do. A couple ways to fulfill that one with Web 2.0. Here you have Meograph.com. I would suggest you try that. You could, by using Meograph, you can begin a new story, and you can start adding events, and you can also preview how to do it. The Meograph allows you to present an interesting, and what it calls here is four-dimensional storytelling. So a new and innovative way to share your information and to apply the higher levels of thinking. The other one you may have been familiar with is called VoiceThread. Again, you can join, and once you have joined VoiceThread, you can browse, or you can create your own. And a nice way to start VoiceThread is by clicking on ideas for using VoiceThread. And if you click on that button, you can go to the subject level that you're interested in, maybe social studies, and see how others have used VoiceThread to incorporate higher level thinking, to get people to look at primary documents and comment on them in various ways. And again, VoiceThread could definitely be used to present the higher level thinking, textually, graphically, audio. They can all be incorporated into VoiceThread and Meograph, as well as interactive elements in your presentation. So those are just a few ways to fulfill the Common Core through technology. What I'd like you to do now is give some thought to your subject level and matter, and what are some technological skills that you could leverage in order to fulfill some of the other Common Core. So take a few minutes now and give that some thought. Thank you for listening to this lecture.